You with a story from my life that I have somehow, probably very tenuously, tied to that chocolate. The other thing I would like to say just as we get started is Simon's story was incredible, and he was the first, yes, let's all give him a round of applause. And he was the first timer. I would like to also point out that I too am a virgin at this. I have not done this before. And while Simon's orgasmatron was on the outside and doing whatever it was going to do, mine is on the inside, and depending on what chocolate you have, you'll hear all about it. So let's get going. Okay, who wants to be the first to shout out a chocolate? A name? Yes? Boost. Okay. The other thing to remember is I don't have a clock, I don't have a watch, I don't have anything. So we may do one story or we could do 5. So if you can just keep me on some sort of leash, I give you approval for that. Okay, so Boost. Yeah, take that because I don't know, that's confusing. I met my husband when I was 18 and I'd just come out of a private girls' school. I was a good Christian girl. And I had been a prefect. I was a prefect. I was also a die-hard good Christian girl. So of course, I was not having sex until I got married because there was no other possible alternative. So I met my husband when I was 18, but I did meet someone before that. And he actually fulfilled that role that I thought he would be my husband, but I could never quite get over the fact that he was quite ugly, had a terrible underbite, he did dress well. But anyway, so I kind of did the deed with him and just pushed him off to the side. And then met my husband working at Pizza Hut, because if anyone could love you in a grey wraparound skirt, you've got to hold on to them for love nor money. You're also talking about someone who at that point in time had glasses, acne, braces, and was carrying a bit of weight, and as I've held on to. So I was with said boyfriend, then husband, for 24 years. We had 4 boys. We had them. They still exist. 28, 25, and I don't know the rest. 20 and 18. They're all named after Muppets. Don't question it, just accept it. So, anyway, so I was with him for a very long time. I really didn't like having sex with him from pretty much about probably a couple of months in. But I kind of figured that was just what it was. Because that's not, you don't talk about that stuff like back then. I mean, I talk to my boys about it now, they love it. Thrilled when I'm telling my son's girlfriend yesterday that they have to have those uncomfortable conversations. Meanwhile, he is just dying in a ditch. Anyway, so we were together that long, right? We had 4 boys. I'm like so committed. I'm like, I've made a commitment to this marriage. This marriage is I'm going to make this work, because that tends to be my stubborn personality. And then he went a bit off kilter. And I was trying to, get him in to see a therapist, or, I was really worried he was really depressed. He kind of stopped nagging me for sex. There was no more bed shark during, the night. And I was like, oh, okay, this is, And then on the day of the AFL Grand Final in 2014, he came up to the bedroom and he said to me, I'm not happy. And I was like, oh my God, finally, this is so good. And I gave him a big hug, and I was like, we can work this out. We can work through this. I'm here. I'll be beside you the whole way. It's going to be okay, And then he just said, I don't love you anymore. Now, there's a part of me that is very, very, the self-image opinion of self is quite low. But there is another part of me, probably really fueled by my ADHD, that is like, how can you not love me? Everyone loves me. How can you not love me? That was the first part of it. And the second part of it was, after everything I've fucking done for the last 20 years, what do you mean you don't love me? So anyway, he packed up his life in 6 green garbage bags. He took the Xbox and he took the PlayStation. Did I mention we had 4 boys?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, he took that and he's gone. And I sort of was like, oh, apart from everything else, part of me was like, this is great. I can now just run this house how I've been running it, but without having to sort of try and include, and now it's just like, right, we're fucking just getting on with it. And he had hardly been there, and because he was a chef and he wasn't particularly present anyway, so really, it didn't actually make much difference that he wasn't there. Curiously, he left, and I completely debunked that myth about how when couples get divorced that the woman is financially worse off. Somehow he left with the full-time income. I had a part-time income, and we were better off. I could take the kids on a holiday. I don't understand either. It was some sort of mythical weird vortex. But anyway, so let's fast forward through the first year of that situation. The 2 hostesses with the mostesses who handed out the chocolates today were basically my, I don't know, what would I call them? My crutches, my lifesavers. They just held me up through all of this. Marina was the good cop. What he did was really hard, but he's done you a favour. Bronwyn was like, I don't even need a dark alley. I will cut him. It was perfect. It was perfect. Anyway, so we're about 14 months out from when he said, I don't love you anymore. Outrageous. And I say to Marina and Bronwyn, can I hug your husband? And like your husbands, I should say, it's not some sort of polycule, it's okay, they do actually have independent relationships. And they just both went, what? And I went, I just want a hug. Like, I don't need anything, I just want that weight, that heft of a man, like a hug from a man. And just the smell, and so of course you can imagine, the 2 of them just went, right. So 5,000 margaritas later at the Coleroy, I have one of them, I'm sitting, I've got one of them with their hand here, doing it, right? And the other one is taking the photo, and they're saying, look demure. So there's about 50 photos of me going, terrible. Anyway. Of course, because now we're into internet dating, aren't we? Because they're like, you're not fucking touching my husband. You need a pash. And maybe you don't even just need a pash. How many is that? 7. I've done 7. Oh, look at that. We're only going to do 1 story. That's great. Okay. And so, oh my God, there were so many more to tell you. Anyway, and so hang on, now I've got to regroup. Oh, right. So we did the photos. And then because I'm, in for a penny, in for a pound, or the other way around, whichever one it is, I was on every dating platform you could find. It was great. Can I just tell you, there are some really I'm pretty liberal-minded, but okay, right, let's go. So I went on to Tinder. Tinder was the main source of dates, if that's what we're going to call them. And if you ever need a boost in your life, when you have only truly slept with 2 people, 1 to just be able to not be a virgin anymore, and 1 because you are so convinced that no one else would ever love you, and so you just have to hang on to them because no one else will ever find you physically attractive or want to do anything with you, and so you're just going to hold on to them. There was another guy in there when the husband, as I call him, the first husband, the husband. There was a guy when we were on a break, but he was so drunk he couldn't actually get up. So I don't think that actually counts. So, you haven't slept with that many people. And so then you go onto Tinder and you're just sort of like, I just want a pash. What, doesn't that bring the boys to the yard? And this was something I learned. To all the men in the room, I know, not all men, I don't want to do a blanket thing, but let me just tell you, if you're a woman and you have bits and you go, I really want a pash, and maybe if we kind of like each other, let's get it on. They are very happy to comply. And so, if you need a boost, it might not, I might say this was 10 years ago, okay? So there was a number of men in this picture, which is another story of its own, but I named them all. They each had so there was the Russian, Putin. Very fond of the butt. Then there was Mr. BMW. He would come up to Sydney, apparently because his wife would let him on like a leave. Anyway, he drove a very nice BMW, so I was happy to do whatever he wanted to do. And then there was wrapping up. Then there was the American. He was kind of weird, but it was kind of good, but okay. And then there was the skydiving fattest. Now, the skydiving fattest was like, I used to carry a bit of weight, and then someone within my skydiving group told me that, like, if I was a bit of a bird, like I was a weight on the group, and so I lost a lot of weight, and so losing that weight was, like, really good, and it made me a better part of the team because I lost the weight. And I'm, like, looking at him going, are you a fattest? Anyway, I bled on his bed, so it was fine. And then there was... Who else was there? Which one? The very first guy was the banana dick virgin. Came out from the Western Sydney, was staying in his parents' apartment at Queenscliff. Yeah, and I tell you what, that was the first penis I had seen in 24 years. And let me tell you, I was like, well, I don't know what to do with that. Do I back up onto it? Am I in reverse? Do I have to beep? I don't understand. Anyway, so if you need a boost, I can really, really recommend just sleeping with a lot of random people.